The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're watching the podcast as well as listening. This one will be up, they're always a little delayed to getting on YouTube, but if there's moments that you listen to and you go, oh my God, I would have liked to see what that looked like, make sure to check out our YouTube channel, and you can find the link to our YouTube channel to subscribe by going to the Nikki Glaser Pod and going to the link in the bio. You get it. I just posted a video last night, or a picture last night on Nikki Glaser Pod, which a lot of people are like, it's private. And I'm like, yeah, you're damn right it is. Oh, I think I covered this yesterday, but I posted a picture yesterday of Andrew rubbing my feet. Last night, me, Kerstin, and Andrew were all hanging out. Late night last night, Kerstin is in town again, staying with me to participate in this thing where I have cameras following my life or whatever. I don't know what's going on. And apparently it got out that I'm hinting at something, and then they're rushing the announcement because people are talking, and I'm like, good. Are you gonna at first I was like, are they gonna take it away? I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to do it. And I love how before I was like, what are they gonna do? Take it away? And then they're like, we might. No, they're not. But it's so Kerstin's back in town, and we hung out last night, and she we got foot massages yesterday. We're so good in St. Louis, but they weren't long enough. They're only a half hour, and I was like, can I pay you some extra for another? Let's get 15 more minutes on here. And they were like, we don't really deviate from what's on the menu. And I was like, fuck, because they were so good. But luckily, I get a package notification yesterday at the end of the day. After I'm in, Kerstin goes to bed after we've rubbed each other's feet. Andrew, by the way, rubbed my feet this weekend. And I think I talked about it. But I know, Noah, I offered him $100 to rub my feet in Atlanta, and Luigi's barking at Kerstin. I think she's trying to take him for a walk. He has been biting her and being such a little bastard to her. He's no son of mine, I'll tell you that. Kerstin, is it okay? He's attacking me. She said, 1 second. Are you serious? Jesus Christ. That was so funny. I went out there to just check on him, seriously, viciously attacking her. She's trying to take him for a walk, and he's like, Rah! And I walk out, and he instantly stopped. He's like, my mom just saw me being a bitch to the babysitter. And that has happened to me before when I used to babysit for these kids. One time the mom overheard the daughter being a little rude to me. She didn't realize her mom was in the next room, and the mom came in and was like, is that the way you talk to her? And she was like, and the mom goes, get in here, and chewed her daughter out around the corner. And then she came back and was nice to me until her mom left again. But that was Luigi, it's just so sad to see. I just don't understand why dogs can't understand, when there's someone I love and I'm hugging them and I'm all wrapped up in them and they witness that, why
Maybe he's jealous.
Oh, shit.
He's jealous of your friendship.
Oh, whoa, Noah.
When this lady comes to town, my mom's attention gets taken away.
Honestly, he gets more attention because she makes me see parts of him that I'm like, oh, he is so cute, and I dote on him so much more. You're maybe right though. It's just, it's probably he just is jealous of her. And we're talking about jealousy a lot on the show today. We already recorded the pod. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Kerstin is on the pod later. Andrew is also going to be here. We know that, but he had to go pick up his lady at the airport, so we had to tape the first part early. What I was saying before about getting my foot rubbed by Andrew, it's so good, Noah.
I thought the photo was so funny that that you posted on our Instagram where he had a blanket over his lap. Usually they put the blanket on the person receiving the massage.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I will say that he already had the blanket on his lap. He was a cold little boy last night for some reason. He went and got
and he's wearing a jacket.
I don't understand it, but I think he just got a new jacket and wanted to wear it around and like show it off. But we were watching Love on the Spectrum. He got a blanket to like sit with. And then afterwards we were kind of like just talking and hanging out. And Kerstin was rubbing my foot. She's very gentle and like, oh, the bones are like, she's just like gentle. And like, she pulled my toe a little bit and she felt it kind of go like not crack, but like the bunion, like the cartilage, I guess, made some kind of like, little like noise. And she was just like, I can't. Oh, and I just went over and I plopped up my foot on Andrew's lap and I go, please, just a little bit. And he gets his knuckles in there and he just does this scraping motion on my foot. And it is so good. And he goes, why do I like this? Because he was doing things that were making me like literally like squirm and go like, ah! Like I was like flipping out. Because I love the pain. I don't know what's wrong with me, Noah. When I went to go get a foot massage yesterday, I told these women, they were like, I was like, I have bunions. And they're like, when you walk out of here, we want your like feet to feel so good. And I'm like, I got to stop you right there. I want them to feel bad. Like I want to be if you were to heal my bunions, I would be sad.
Pleasure and pain are the same parts of the brain.
Yes, they are. Love and hate is the same thing. But that's interesting, that pleasure and pain. They must really I would like to do an MRI of my brain because I really do. There's certain pains that I go, no. But these dull, kind of like achy, and certainly like knots, like pressing on them and being like, you get out of here. Not like, oh man, I love it. And Andrew's just so good at it, Noah. Like
That's why he probably likes giving them to you because he's really good at it.
Yeah, it's like my blowjob theory. If you tell someone they're good at something, they'll do it forever and they'll do it a lot and then they'll get good at it. That's why, tell girls they're good at blowjobs, even if they're bad, because we all want to do things we're good at. But Andrew seriously is good at it. I was trying last week when he was rubbing my feet. I was like, you know what? Like the best golfers are also really good massagers. Like I was trying to just like get him to like believe. I think it really helps your swing, like just catering to his desires. But it's true. Like he really is. He knows how to just get in there. I think it's because he has aggression towards me. So what I really want foot wise, no one else can give me because no one hates me as much as he does. But he was just getting in there and it was so good. And but he doesn't like to do it. I love to massage people. I swear to God, like if people liked the same foot massages that I liked, it's kind of like love languages. When you just like give your love language and some people are like, please, I don't want to be touched. I'm not. But you're like, but I want touch, so I want to give it. Like I love, if Andrew wanted his feet rubbed, I would do it forever. And it just bothers me that no one in my life wants to rub my feet. It's always something I have to like beg for. I want, and I know I'm going to get DMs of like, I would rub your feet. I just want someone I already know. Like, and I guess it's just if I end up with a person, I think it's a deal breaker for me, honestly, Noah, that if a guy or a woman that I end up with, who knows, doesn't like touching my feet or doesn't want to give me foot rubs, I don't think I can be with that person. Like I need it, and they need it. And KENEAD. Luckily, though, as I was getting a little bit annoyed because Andrew stopped rubbing my feet so quickly, and I was just like, I want more. Like it just wasn't enough. I get a notification on my phone that I have a package in the basement, and I go down to get my packages, and it's gigantic from Amazon. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I didn't even remember ordering it, but I got myself a foot massager. I got myself an electronic one where you put your feet in it and it like massages them. I didn't buy one. I thought because I was so overwhelmed by the selection, there were too many choices and I was paralyzed. The paralysis of choice. There's too many, so you just don't buy anything. That's often what I feel in bookstores. I'm like, I want everything. I need less choices. And on Amazon, there's literally thousands of these foot massagers, and they all have like 5-star reviews from thousands of reviews. So it's like, what do I want? And so I just went, eeny, meeny, miny, and then pretty much with my toes. And I just got one that I don't even know why I chose it. They just weren't that expensive. So I go, okay, if I don't like this $120 thing, that's not like, it's not a small amount of money, but it's not a gigantic enough amount of money that I can't just like gift it to someone and then get a new one and just keep doing them until honestly I might, because there's no review sites that go, we've tried them all and ranked the best. They just, all the review sites go off of Amazon reviews and you can't trust those all the time. So maybe I'll just go through all of them and try them all and have an actual, but no one wants the kind of foot massage I want. I want to put my foot in a thing and then take it out and have it be like mangled, like I stuck it in a fucking one of those, I don't know, what are the machines that
A blender?
maybe a blender or like that crumple cars, you know, where they put a car in it and all of a sudden it's like blah, 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 and it makes a compactor. That's it. I want that kind of pressure on my feet. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. But let's get into the show. Andrew! Hey, Andrew.
Good morning.
Good morning. How
A new Taylor Swift shirt?
you know it.
I like that one.
This one's one of my faves. It's she wore it in something. Like this is Kerstin goes, "She wore that?" And I'm like a different kind of this one.
No, I think you paid $9,000 for that
I
because
would-
she might have worn.
If I could find something she wore, I would. I would love to just feel what she. I
If
bet
you got her
clothes are so
panties,
soft.
are they going on your head?
Ew, no, I don't want her panties.
Yeah.
No, that's invasive. But I
Yeah.
would take a shirt that like smelled like her or something. If I found my dad's cousin had cigarette butts of John Lennon's.
Whoa.
That they snuck into the hotel and like stole his cigarette butts, and I always thought that was really cool. They were in like a Ziploc bag and like had his DNA on them essentially. I would take something like that. Would you?
Did they ever sell them?
No, I think
wonder-
it was just. I don't think they're worth anything.
I feel like they might be.
Are there any?
No,
sorry.
go ahead.
Are there any Swifties out there who have figured out what kind of perfume Taylor Swift wears? Has there been like a breakdown?
You know,
or
she's so private.
laundry
about
detergent?
I mean, there's definitely like in the subreddits, there's like what are products or what are things that Taylor loves, and it's like every like kind of food or whatever. But no, if I found out what fragrance she wore, I would buy it. Within a like it would just buy. Apple Pay would just go, we know you want this, and just buy it.
It'd come from inside your body somehow.
Yeah, and the thing is, it wouldn't smell the same as it does on her. Like, not everything's gonna translate, you know.
It is weird though,
About
like with
smells.
some of these celebrity like the cigarette butts thing. Like if you could prove it, I don't know how you would
That's the
prove
thing.
it.
You can't prove unless you did a DNA test
yeah.
and contacted Yoko and was like, "Can we get some hair from a brush?" Or, you know, there's you leave behind. I was reading some article last night about having kids in now that the world is kind of like ending, and this woman. The headline really got me. It was in New York Magazine, and it was, you know, on Instagram they'll post like a quote from the article, and then they're like, click through, and you got to go to the link and then click the picture, and,
and
then
then
it takes you
9
to
ads, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a great piece that this woman wrote about being pregnant during found out she was pregnant in like January of 2020, gave birth while they were like evacuating from the wildfires, and there's a pandemic. Like the world was burning around them when they had this baby, and her dad had said something like, let me look at the quote, but what they were talking about was, I don't even know how this relates to Taylor Swift or anything that we were just talking about. Wait, what were we just talking about? Because I had a point. It all related as I look this up.
confirming that it comes from a celebrity, like the cigarette
Yeah, I
butts
mean,
and stuff like
that's
that.
not helping me at all. I don't know where my mind just went. Oh, this was the quote. My father keeps talking about how crazy it's going to be for Jude to learn. Jude is the name of her son. For Jude. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I'm sure that was it. My father keeps talking about how crazy it will be for Jude to learn about the day he was born in a pandemic while evacuated for wildfires. And all I can think is how much I wish Jude might grow up in a world where the summer of 2020 sounds aberrational. I suspect he won't. So it's like these kids, I always say that too, like, oh my God, you had a baby during the pandemic? That's going to be crazy. That baby for the rest of his life is going to know, oh my God, I was born during the craziest year. And it's like, or is that just going to be the new norm? We keep talking about my special and how we're not going to shoot a lot of the audience because they're probably going to be masked and we want it to like stand the test of time. And I'm like, well, then we should probably show them in masks because that's going to be the way the world is going to be.
Yeah, potentially.
I don't think masks are going to go away.
Well, I think,
But what do I literally don't know anything.
well, From all my research, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a line somewhere. Yeah. And I clicked on it once. I didn't even look at it, but like, I think I know about it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel pretty deep about my, my science.
You do know a lot about, like, you were like kind of educating me on some COVID stuff because I really tapped out.
Well,
one point.
apparently, it's going to be kind of treated as like, we're not stopping it. We're not going to completely get rid of it, but it's going to be like a common cold, a terrible cold. But if you have the vaccine, it is like a very bad cold.
Right.
And so that's eventually where we're going to get to.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, isn't that where we're at?
Kind of, but I mean, people are still dying.
I mean, it's just so interesting. I can't get away from the fact that, like, when performers used to perform with the flu,
Yes.
they were like applauded for it. Like, can you believe Taylor Swift had the flu? Like, Kerstin even saw Taylor at the Reputation tour, and she was like, I want to be honest with you guys, I'm not feeling great. I feel like I'm coming down with something. And everyone's like, yes, girl, she did it. And it's like, now that would be like, why wouldn't you protect us from that, Taylor? I would be like, Taylor, spit in my mouth. I would love to get your COVID. I won't be able to smell the fragrance that I get.
Yeah,
when you finally reveal it.
I think in history, though, I mean, World War I, World War II, like, people were born, like, in World War I, like, 30 million people got killed. Like, and then just, 20 years later or whatever, another 20 million got killed.
We all forgot about the first I didn't know about the pandemic of 19 whatever.
18.
Or like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. 1918, you mean?
The flu.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were like 1800. I'm like, no.
No. But my point is that there were probably people in that time saying, "Oh, we're never going to get out of this. We're never going to." Yeah, so this will probably get forgotten, and then something bad will happen again.
It'll get forgotten because the world is on its way out, y'all. Like, humanity is on its way out. The Earth will still be around.
I mean, how many years do you think we got left here?
I think 50 to 100 for humanity. Truly. I mean, the climate change is getting so scary. I've accepted it a lot like I have to accept anything else. I can't change it. But I know what I was talking about. This woman was saying that for her to have a baby, the amount of carbon emissions that you consume being a human, like when you bring a person into this planet, when you have a baby, you're putting the planet, like you're taxing its resources. Like that's just what you're doing. And she said, even being a vegetarian for 25 years, that will be counteracted. All the good I did by not consuming livestock that put, whatever my carbon footprint.
From one baby?
From my baby in 1 year. My baby being alive for 1 year will undo all the good I did in 20 years of being a vegetarian. And it's just interesting. What I was saying was.
They probably shouldn't.
I know where it connects. Yeah. Is that every single person consumes so much trash and like puts so much waste into the world and like puts their DNA all over it that like. For me, if I found a fork that Taylor Swift used at a restaurant, I would be like, oh my God, she touched this fork. But like, she touches thousands of things every day. Like things are everywhere that celebrities have touched. Like, I guess what I'm saying is like, it's not that, John Lennon probably smoked like 100,000 cigarettes in his lifetime. And so it sounds pretty cool that my aunt has one, but it's actually one of the most common things of John Lennon's ever. Would there be anything of any celebrities that you would keep if it was like something either you couldn't wear, not something you can use, it would just be a keepsake? Do you have any things that you keep that aren't on display, or just like, it's cool that I have this?
Yeah.
Like what?
My mom... We went to a Blackhawks hockey game when I was a kid, and we were sitting by the bench, and my mother goes, "My sons." We didn't even like hockey at the time, really.
I like how you just called her your mother.
Yes, my dear mother, dear mother, Robin.
Do you call her mother generally?
Only in bed.
I feel like you. No. The more like you like get nostalgic about your mom, it turns into mother.
Yes.
Like you were never like, mother, I want to go to the hockey game.
That feels very psycho-ish, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you call, I used to
mother,
have a joke that says,
mother,
if you call your mom mother, I'm so sorry about your childhood.
Oh, so mama.
Mama.
My mama, she took us to the hockey game.
Yeah.
And je m'appelle mama.
Oh, we got to do that segment.
So she took us to the hockey game. She goes, "Hey, my sons are in hockey." They gave us 2 Broken Sticks by Chris Chelios and Steve Larmer. And if you know anything about hockey, these are like big deal sticks,
Yeah.
and they gave us 3 hockey pucks. So that was like a cool.
Do you still have them?
I don't know where they are. We
Okay, so
literally
that's a
were playing
no.
with the sticks in the front yard that week. Like we got home and we were using
You
them
didn't even.
as, like,
So then they got even more damaged. And
Yeah.
the DNA was wiped off.
like most kids would put that, like if you liked how you would frame that shit.
Yeah, but you used it.
But I think you should use it in a way.
I agree. I don't think that, everything has to go someday. You're not going to be able to take anything with you to the afterlife. So like this idea of even money, like when people just save money and you're like, you're 80.
Yeah.
You have millions of dollars. You couldn't spend all of this money if you wanted to. Like, live a little. Stop being so frugal. You're gonna
Or give it to your kids now, Dad. Don't wait. Don't wait till the end,
What would
Daddy.
you do if you
Father?
got a windfall of money? Right, like what would be the first thing you bought? And I know you're like, oh, I'd get out of this apartment and get my own place to get away from you.
No, I could do that without that.
So why don't you?
I'm trying. It's what would I?
The markets.
I wouldn't even buy. I don't even want to buy anything. I just like having the freedom. I'd get fancier sushi rolls. Like I really don't like. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would give me a little bit more
I don't think you
freedom.
limit yourself with sushi rolls because you don't have the money for them. Like, do you really look at a thing and you go,
No, I mean that was kind of sarcastic, but like
right. But I'm actually being serious.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm thinking like I really have everything I kind of want.
Yeah.
Like I think it might.
What if I forced you to spend $100,000 today? What would you buy? Like you have to spend it today. Noah, you too. You have $100,000. You got to spend it today, and you have to spend it on something for yourself. You can't donate it.
$100,000 would be tough. I'd probably get some new clubs again, but that's only like
Okay, so that's
$2,500,
yeah, we're not
and then a Tesla.
a Tesla.
I think that'd be fun.
Okay, what kind?
Like a 2-door, just a fucking badass Tesla.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Noah?
Okay, easy answer for me because I keep wishing that I'd have $100,000. I would just do everything that the house that I live in needs. Like I'd hire a handyman and just say, "Go to town on this house.
Yeah.
Here's $100,000."
Okay. You don't nothing specific though. Like, is there anything you would like tell him? Like, start here because you only have a day to get all this done.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just like fill in the
Fill
cracks.
in the cracks.
Fill in the crack. What would you do?
Yes.
Give to charity?
I can't do that, but I probably would.
But no charity.
I know.
Like straight
okay,
up.
that in my rule you can't.
Yeah.
I would. Oh God.
You can't give it to anyone else. You have to buy something
for
tangible.
myself?
Yeah. It's hard.
It's so hard. I don't want anything. I would probably buy a super nice car just to be like, okay, boom, that's done with. Like,
Yeah.
I just need, that tells me what kind of car I'm supposed to get. I need to spend it all. So what car is $100,000?
Yeah, I know. What else is expensive other than a car that's 100? I mean, I guess
house.
buy a house, put down a down payment on a house, but then you got to pay for that mortgage, and then you got to keep up the upkeep, and then you got to pay for the MOA or whatever.
Maybe I'd get like you know what I get? I'd get a bird. And then I would get someone to take care of that bird for like a year, like buy myself like a bird sitter that could come over when like is on call. So that would cover
Yeah.
the salary of someone who'd be on call to bird sit and hang out with my bird whenever I wanted.
What if I got a grill, like a badass fucking
Like to cook out.
no mouth grill, like diamond encrusted?
I think that actually is so your style.
Yeah, it'd be pretty dope.
Let's get Kerstin in here and see what she says.
I bet she would buy
Kerstin!
a kettlebell, but like a golden.
Here. Pick up that mic and then put on those headphones and let's get to business, bitch.
I hope
'Cause
Luigi doesn't bite
she puts
you.
on headphones like it couldn't take you longer.
Oh, I love that you do this. I love when Kerstin goes slow around you.
Well, I mean, you do because you got to get out of here.
I
And-
don't go slow.
No,
I
you're just you're just a delicate person. I'm not getting mad about it. I just am saying I'm commenting that I'm a fast like.
No, I know.
hasty
That's
bitch.
what I know. It's
Were
just.
you always faster than me? I don't know.
I mean, I've always been like.
do you
know?
remember?
Welcome to the show, Kerstin, my best friend since fourth grade, and she was on the show last week. She's
Hey,
back
Noah.
again.
Hey, Andrew.
You don't remember Nikki being like, "Hey, grab my book bag for school," and her being very quick.
What I mean, come on, you can just tell the
I
truth.
do.
here.
I remember more. Like I remember in high school, you'd be like, "God, fucking late for third period."
I was just like zip things fast and like
Books were just like Didn't we share a locker?
yes.
Wait, what?
Don't even act like you don't remember.
No, I honestly don't
You
remember.
petitioned the school to change lockers because you were so disgusted by me. You did. You were like,
What?
I remember you
No.
like talking to our other friends, being like, I can't take Nikki's messiness anymore. She's just like so out of control and like.
Senior year, we shared a locker.
See,
That's
she's
right.
acting like she didn't remember. You
I
know
didn't
exactly.
remember.
You didn't.
Wait, time out. Why
20
are you
years ago.
sharing a lock? Because there's a
in
limited
Senior
amount.
Holloway, there was a limited amount, and we like love sharing things. Yesterday, we
Yeah.
went to a spa, and we were like, "Can we go to the bathroom?" And they were like, "There's one over there, and then there's one," and we went in the
Doubled
same
up.
one, and they go, "You don't need to do that." And we were like, "But we like spending time together."
We're two like grown women just going in the same bathroom.
So did you have to get your own lock? What was the messiness? Like loose papers?
I imagine there was like loose papers, maybe like old Band-Aids.
right. I mean, it was just
Hair
loose
brushes.
Yeah, hair brushes, gym clothes. Like,
No, when I would open my locker in high school, everything would fall out every time. And then I'd push it back in,
Yeah.
and then it would fall out, and then
I was just really, I was going through a lot. You
It
know,
sounded
I
like you
just
had
wasn't.
ADD, like unmedicated, and you couldn't pay attention to it.
Thank you. I never had school supplies ready, and it wasn't because
Me neither.
my parents didn't buy me things.
My
Like
car was fuck. I opened up the trunk and like
how embarrassed do people get sometimes we have an Uber driver that's just like that is ADD and has a messy car and they shove all the mess in their trunk, but then we have luggage and I always commiserate so much with someone whose trunk gets open before they want it to be open and we'll be back there and they scramble out of their car like no wait and it's like because when you open that trunk it's like a looking inside their brain and it's like
What's in there?
things aren't good.
I remember in high school closing my like not fully open because I had like an SUV, so you could see everything. You know.
Oh, right.
Well, I showed Kerstin my back closet yesterday. I let her
last-
in. I
Really?
mean, Nikki, you've seen this thing. It looks like
I go
a
in
hoarder.
there and I don't judge anything because whenever I'm in your room, it's because I have to like get in there and I know that you didn't give me like permission. So I walk in and I go like, it's a judgment. I don't even remember. I almost like Men in Black Blinky thing myself after I leave because I'm like, I can't use this again against him in the court of podcast because he didn't permit me to be in there.
I was no, you invited me in, but I was literally
I gotta fix it up. I gotta do something.
I mean, there's a lot of my stuff in there, but it is
Speechless.
it's crazy in there.
What is the back closet?
It's like our storage space in addition to the storage space we have downstairs in the garage, but it's like a room where he just throws everything that he doesn't want to deal with. Like it's like
Yeah.
the junk drawer of closets. But it's a giant room, Noah. It's like a walk-in closet space.
Yeah, I could really utilize that room a lot.
It could be a yoga studio. I mean, it's like so big. It's filled with stuff.
Yeah,
could
Kerstin
put
wanted
a
to do that to our
Pilates-
locker too. And I was like, there's not enough space.
Yeah, we almost opened a spa in our locker that year. I was like, we can do facials
Wait,
in the
Kerstin,
back.
question. I give you $100,000 and you have to spend it today and it can't be on anyone but yourself. What are you going to buy?
Oh, I would buy a
new
full,
locker.
Like I would buy several reformers.
Oh,
Where are you gonna put
interesting.
them?
Make like a Pilates dungeon, like a lair. I don't
Ooh.
know. I would get a.
But where? And do you have a place
She's
for
so
it?
smart.
I
She's
would
buying
get
like
a little like a little
shed.
or like a hut or like a little space I could go to, like a hangout space.
And would you train out of there and start a business? No, it's interesting because none of us thought about starting a business with this $100,000. We're like, how
You
can we get
could
rid of it?
Start a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I
Maybe I'm going to drive Uber with my new Tesla. You don't know. That could
That's
be a
true.
little business I'm starting.
Not with that dirty trunk.
$100,000 though.
No, don't open my Tesla truck.
Don't open my Tesla. Fart sound. Fart sound.
Farts out. That's a great answer.
Wait, what would you? I mean, what would you do?
I said I'd buy just I would want to get rid of it. Well, I would I would probably donate it.
Get a reformer.
But I would get a transformer. I would get a I would get a transformer. I would get a Tesla or some kind of like really expensive car that
Computer
could just
car.
get rid of it in one. Oh, no, I said I'd get a bird and put a bird sitter on salary. That would always be at my beck and call. Cacao.
A birder.
Yeah. Last night we had so much fun hanging out. Kerstin and I were talking about like she came to stay last week for like 5 days and then this week she's here for 2 days. And like we were talking yesterday of like
So fun.
she has a husband and a house and a life in Kansas City, but like there's a part of her that said it would be nice to just have two lives where it's like one life is like I live with my best friend because I love living with friends. I like could, I mean, it would be nicer if you had your own room because it would just probably end up being annoying for both of us. But like
Eventually it would be
I love
probably
living
annoying.
with you. Like I love living with Andrew. And it's just sad to me that when you get married, you just can't. And we were talking about friendship and like you said that the only friends that you hang out with are ones that either your sister or like girls that aren't married.
Well, like on a casual basis, it's totally different. Like, hey, what are you doing Wednesday? Let's go, like, just walk.
I know,
Versus,
but-
like, let's do girls' night. Everyone's gonna get a sitter. We're gonna all get dressed up. It's like it's nice to have casual friends. You can just like
Yeah.
last night we stayed up talking till 11.
Oh my
o'clock
God, that
at
was
night
so
and just
fun.
when I thought it was gonna end, Andrew.
Well, I thought
keep
you
talking.
kept. You're always the one that's like, you guys, I just like have to go to bed. I can't do this
Well,
anymore.
you gave me a matcha tea at 4
But you were
o'clock.
like,
Do you remember
la,
that?
la, la, la. We were watching Love on the Spectrum, and then we were just talking.
so
We were
hyper.
playing. We were stretching. We were rubbing each other's feet.
There was bunion rubbing.
There was a lot, and it was just like I went to bed being like, "That is my ideal life. Like I want to live
That's
with
fun.
friends. That's why I want. Ideally, I would live in a sort of not commune, but like I would want houses like around each other, not even on
Yeah.
a block, but maybe a subdivision where we all get along with each other and have each other's like partners and stuff, and then we fuck each other. No, we all like.
And then we
I
all-
could stop by and like.
Mass suicide, like David Koresh.
Yeah, and
No.
then eventually we get
Swingers.
bunk beds and we kill ourselves and drink some Kool-Aid.
I thought about it when I was going to bed last night. I was like, if I lived alone, like I really needed people to talk to yesterday, and like we talked a lot, and it just felt like, oh, I would have just slept on that, and that would have ate me up. And
Yeah.
then in the morning, that anger would have went somewhere, probably towards the Starbucks person or like towards
or
something.
just traffic on the way to the doctor.
Yeah, traffic on the doctor. Oh, by the way, I'm dying. I forgot to tell you.
I know. I wanted to talk about what your diagnosis was, but you're right. Like, if you're out there and you're a really lonely person and you live alone, and like, just open your mind to even if you're like in your late age, like you're middle aged or even older, open your mind to having roommates or like finding another lonely person and living with them because it's not the same as like being with a husband. You can have good boundaries. You don't always have to hang out with each other, but there's someone there when you need it. That's why I love retirement homes. Are just
Yeah, that's what I was
can't
thinking about.
fucking wait to just play canasta or whatever the fuck you do,
Activities,
like with women and just like cackle and like be gossipy little.
play cards.
It's like high school again.
Yeah, they're doing-
It's like college dorm.
Why do we have to wait?
The new wave, though, no, you don't have to wait too long. The new wave of these communes across,
don't I start
No,
one?
across from our house,
Here in
they're
St.
building
Louis.
one. It's called Active Adults. It's 55 and up. So you're getting people
close.
in their
Wow,
prime.
we're close. Will
We're
Brenna be able
almost
to move in
retired.
with him there if she's?
She stays on their 40
She
pounds.
has like 45 more years to get to.
Yeah, you can get her as a special needs pet. Wait a second, Noah. What do you feel like? I feel that way. I'm not shaming marriage because it's great, but it is interesting that the only kind of socially acceptable way to live with someone is either a retirement home situation, college dorms, college like roommates. But after adulthood, the only kind of acceptable one, and I understand that having roommates is acceptable, but like the one that's like, oh, of course you're going to do that, is marriage. And why does it have to be
Well,
so?
there's also the connotation of like you're a failure if you're living with someone else past 30.
Yeah, if you say I have a roommate, there's just like,
Says who?
Yeah.
wait, Noah, what do you think about all of this?
You guys, like, you just need to break the chains of like what other people think in regards to your living situation.
But I want more people
I-
to feel this way too, and I feel like I can break the chains, but other
Yes.
people are very like chained up.
Yeah. Look, I liked living with a roommate up until a certain point. I like living with my fiance. We have very good boundaries, and we also, like he'll travel and leave me, and then I'll be like living alone, or I'll have a friend over and
Yes.
stuff. Like it just depends what you work out with your
I'm
partner.
in need space. I love that Ariana Grande has a song called NASA, and she's like, in a world, I'm a need space. I'm a need space. And it's like NASA, like she needs space like NASA needs space.
Yeah.
And it's about like you can miss me on the phone tonight. We don't have to see each other. And she's talking about like when you get in a relationship, all of a sudden it's just like you're never apart.
Yeah.
My parents were apart because my dad got COVID and he had to go out to their cabin, and they were apart for like a week and a half. And they both like missed each other in a healthy way, but nothing would ever get them apart like that unless it was COVID. And it's like, why? Why can't we take breaks from each other without it being like?
But we do. We go on girls trips, and I
don't think most people do. I think most people.
Well, we do.
I just know like.
Or like it has to be like a
parents.
bachelor party, and then every guy's like they're all like
then it's-
pent
they're
up
doing
and
something bad.
Yeah, they're like, I need this bachelor party. I gotta get away from my wife and kid. Like maybe like
Yeah.
once every 3 months, it's completely acceptable to take a week away from each other. Let's not even think about it. It's not because our relationship's bad. It's just a nice little
It's
breather.
healthy.
I mean, Andrew's girlfriend is in Chicago, and Kerstin, do you feel like when you go back home to your husband, there is that like, you know, that
Totally.
extra fire burning?
totally. Whenever we have time away, it makes that even more ignited.
But it makes me sad that when people.
But
like,
I miss like being like when I leave here. I'm
I
like,
think
oh,
you
I
missed
miss
me.
this.
Yeah.
I did when I left.
I think you unexpectedly like.
It wasn't
I don't.
unexpected.
But I do think that you made some comment to me like. I was telling Corey like I felt alive there or something, and it's like I think not a lot of women get. I think a lot of men, and maybe
Yeah.
I'm just doing this from what I observe of like if my mom goes on a girls trip, my dad's like, well, I want to go on a trip. Like it always has to be even.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's never like. I think in a lot of relationships, it has to be like. Well, if you do this, I'm going to do this. And it's not, and then if we both can't do it, then neither of us do it. And it's like, just allow people in your life to have space from you and know that that's like a loving thing they're doing for you and not like they want to get away from you. Like, I think people take it so personally and then people feel
Totally.
trapped.
Should there
like,
be a different word than space? I feel like space, when someone says, hey, I need space, that's like, oh, that's a precursor to I'm going to want to separate. You know what I mean? Like in the
Yeah.
the
Yeah, like-
lexicon, we think like, oh, space. Oh, you want space? That's negative. Oh, you don't like me anymore. You don't want to be by me. You're over me.
I need a girls trip. Well, then it's like, oh, so you're going to go out with your slut friends and suck dick. I know your friend Bridget. She's a fucking whore and she's going to want to go to bars and get drunk. I know what you do with her.
She's changed.
In which case, if you have a guy that talks to you like that or talks about your friends like that, get rid of them. But like, I do know that there are a lot of husbands that get jealous about girls trips, and there's a lot of wives that get jealous about guys trips. And don't even get me started on a guy wanting to go hang out with girls. I mean, that's another like girlfriends.
Oh, boy.
The idea of having same or opposite sex friends is completely fraught, and I'm guilty of it too. Of being like, my boyfriend shouldn't love his girlfriends as much as like he says I love you to girls, straight girls that are single and pretty. I don't like that. Like there's. The only thing that makes me jealous about that is that she has a vagina. There's nothing like
Yeah.
if it was a boy, I would go, oh, it's so sweet. He says I love you to Ron, you know, like yesterday. But instead, it's like, why does he love her? Why does he have to say I love her? It's like, what? Because she has a vagina, you get mad. Don't you trust him not to? You got to trust your partner. Hopefully that if they want to be with someone else, they would be. So trust that if they're with you. I remember my ex-boyfriend said that to me once when I was like, I don't know, I haven't heard from you in like 24 hours. And like, I feel like you should just text me at least like once a day. We were like easing back into
Yeah.
getting together. And he goes, if I don't want to be with you, if I like don't want to be your boyfriend, I'll let you know. Like, cause he could sense that I was just like, you don't want to be with me. You're just doing it to be nice or like,
Yeah.
And he was just like, you'll know. It's not going to be like a guessing game of like, does he like me or not? Like, trust me. And it just like took the edge off so much because I was just like, oh yeah. Do I think he's like, I'm tricking him into being with me? And the answer was kind of yes. And as soon as I was like, oh, he would leave me in a heartbeat if he wanted to,
Well,
then
it's
I
hard-
could relax
It's
because
hard
he
to
would
hear
be gone.
that someone loves a friend if you're not getting
The same.
the same or more for that matter. It
Right.
shouldn't feel as like
I don't-
enthusiastic.
Well, oh yeah, I get that. That's
Yeah.
a different story if you're not getting the love. But if they're just giving
Love to everybody, sure.
no. If they're I'm saying like they give you enough love, but you're getting threatened by the fact that they love a friend. And if you're jealous of like your husband's girlfriend or your wife's boyfriend, and if you switch their gender and you go, would I have a problem with that? And the answer is no, then you've got a problem because the only reason is because of gender. If it's because they like them, I mean, I would get jealous of a guy. If my boyfriend didn't love me and was talking I love you to his guy friend, I would even get jealous of that, not in a sexual way, but just like
attention way.
So I think it's like whenever I also say that to girlfriends who have like guys that they bring around. One time I remember at the cellar, one of our friends brought around some like really idiot, like some just dumb guy. And I go, next time you bring someone around the table, if it's a guy, why don't we run that through the same litmus test that we would bring a girl into this table? Because I'm very much more discerning about girls I bring into my groups, my hangs, than I am with guys. Like guys were just like, she's dating this new guy and he kind of sucks, but like, let's let him in.
Let him ruin the whole night for all of us.
If you changed the gender of the guy and made it a girl, would you want to hang out with that girl with your girlfriends? And if the answer is no, then
later. On to the news.
On to the news.
Up here.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh man, it's Wednesday. You know what that means? It is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Definitely Wednesday.
Is it? Yes, it is.
I hope you're having all the swells out there, having a great week. Yeah, sure. Are we in fall yet? Are we done?
No, the 21st.
Not really. Huh?
Fall begins the 21st of September. So yes, we are definitely in fall. Oh,
So
we're falling.
all right. Well, this first story, I think we all remember this, but bicep bracelets are making a strong comeback.
I don't remember.
How do we feel about
Yeah,
this?
you do.
Oh, like the ones like
around-
cuffs.
There was one with a snake. I
Getting
remember.
a tattoo like a barbed wire around your bicep.
No, that's a tattoo, but like a bracelet. Like girls would wear like gold bracelets around.
That was like maybe early 2000s.
Christina Aguilera.
Here we go again.
Genie in the bottle.
Low-rise jeans.
Yeah.
Early 2000s is coming back again.
What is going? Why do we keep repeating things?
Because there's only so much you can fucking do. That's the case. And let's be honest, a lot of 2000s, bell bottoms and like late 90s, that was a repeat of the 70s.
Yeah.
And so like there's not
Those
a
are
lot.
back too.
What? 70s.
Like bell bottom.
Oh yeah, that's back. So like 90s just had a
not ready yet,
renaissance.
Yeah.
A comeback stronger than a 90s trend. But then now it's 2000s and we're getting into like, I think it's on a 30-year cycle.
Would you rock a bicep bracelet? It's a strong move.
I like any kind of
Or an
accessory
anklet.
now. If I liked it, if I thought it was cute, yeah, I would do it.
That area fluctuates too much with me. Like it'll be like one size one day, and then the next day it's like.
And you're jacked. You have like muscles, so it'd be.
But then even if
it
you have
would
muscle,
bend.
like women know, like your biceps like fluctuate based off your cycle and like what you ate.
Yes.
Like they can be like real full one day, and
Yeah.
then one day they can be like real like thin.
Well, why
Yeah,
don't we
and
go
it
with
would-
like
I
a
don't like
bracelet
that
that's a little
trend.
like elastic then?
Oh, like a slap bracelet?
Yeah. No, like an elastic.
No, those are
hair
90s
tie.
and they're not in anymore.
No,
Andrew.
Kids were dying from those. That was weird.
From slap bracelets?
yeah, that's why they stopped making them.
They
They
how
were
would they
cutting
die
their
from?
wrists because they were metal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That'd be so crazy if like you were like, my son committed suicide out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he did it with a slap bracelet. It's like, no, mom, it was an accident. Please don't put that. Oh wait, Kerstin's putting
This is like a tourniquet.
Yeah, you know
well,
what?
that's
It's,
too
your
tight.
blood drawn.
That's a
Hair tie.
hair tie.
yeah, you have
But
too
does it
much
look-
skin in your upper arm to
look-
make it.
Me?
No, not you. I'm saying people in general.
Oh, how dare you say she has skin?
I'm skin.
No skin. Yeah, no skin.
I like it. I like chokers. I like like girly like accessories. I used to not want to stand out or take many fashion statements back when these kind of things were going on. I wanted to kind of disappear. And so now I like really like my body and I don't mind fun accessories and people going, "Oh, what is that? What does that say?" Or like, "Oh, I like kind of like having conversations about fashion." I used to think it was like, you're trying to get attention. And it's like, yeah, I am. I'm trying to make some friends.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, anklets. Let's bring those back. Remember the ones that had little bells on them that would go like, ding, 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 ding?
Oh, those are.
I kind of like those too.
Yeah.
Anklets were toe
Couldn't
rings.
do that.
I remember your
rings.
sister and Becky Eaton had toe rings.
They did. Of course,
they were
did.
so
It's gotta
cool.
feel weird to put a toe ring on. I don't know why.
On
It
me,
just
like extra. Like
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want. Oh,
Or a guy
Kirsten was talking about
wearing
stretching out her
rings.
lobes. She
How do
doesn't
we-
like anything other than studs in her ears, lobes, because it stretches them out and makes them like
And I
and
was
they start
thinking-
like sagging. You know, old ladies' lobes where it's just hanging on by that little thread,
like
of
heavier
skin.
earrings, like
Oh!
all the good earrings. You're like, oh, these are cute. Put them on. It's like, it just stretches.
Yeah, they're like kettlebells on your ears.
Oh,
How do you feel about guys with rings? I mean, are we I get it. Like
That new joke I've been doing has been killing about that.
Oh yeah, what was it again? It was
That when you look at a guy, sometimes you look at a guy's hand to see if he's wearing a ring, and sometimes his hand is moving kind of fast because he's playing guitar, or jerking off, or whatever, and so you can't tell which finger it's on, and you're like, wait a second, it's on his ring finger, and it's like, actually, I hope it is. I'd rather this guy be married than just a guy that wears a ring.
True that.
So look for that in my next special. But
rings are
yeah.
cool,
What are you
though.
married to if you're wearing
rings are
4
cool.
rings?
Okay.
I feel like I could do my whole special by just quote it, like piecing together. Oh, I have a joke about that on this, and then it would just be all my specials. Like I could just do it that way.
Oh yeah, have a mismatch of or,
Yeah, just each podcast clip of me, like I have a joke about this. Blah 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 blah. You know.
It adds up quick.
I do
Someone
like your,
please document them because I'm not keeping track.
your necklace, like when you talk about guys wearing necklaces. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that one
that's a fun one.
where they hypnotize you.
Oh, where it dangles
yeah,
above your
that
head.
was
Yeah.
that was
And it's
based
his
on
grandfather's.
true things. I don't mind guys wearing jewelry now. I don't mind a ring.
Okay, how about this? You go to have sex with a guy. Mm-hmm. Would you want him to take his rings off before having sex?
No, I always, when I was with someone who had rings, I was like, leave them on. Let's make those fingers even chunkier.
Wouldn't you be
And I
worried
would like
you would
lick
slide
it off
they
the
would-
ring. Like I would, no, the rings stay on, and I would want to be like, I'll get it off. Like I'm kind of gross.
But
when
you
it
don't
comes
want
to
the
that.
ring inside you, right?
No, it's
Like-
not gonna come off. And add it to the bunch. The Nuva.
Add it to the bunch.
Nuva
What do you got?
is
What do you got? A whole
only in there.
Jared's in that vagina?
Yeah, it's a lost and found. Yeah, I sound like a jewelry box when I'm on a treadmill. Yeah, it's a rock tumbler in my uterus.
A lot of carrots in there.
Yeah. No, I don't mind a ring, and I don't mind them leaving it on because I just like. I think it's kind of like. I think it's. I think things are funny.
Yeah.
And like doing things with like. Cum is funny, or like your own. Like I like licking guys' fingers after. Do you ever do that? I don't. You don't have to answer
Yeah,
that. You're a professional.
Okay. No.
Yeah. That's
It's a
She has
NA.
like it's just like you
NA.
deal with like dirty rings like your locker in high school, and she's like, yeah, I don't.
She's like, I don't want
so
any
that's
part
why
of
you
that.
had all those rings in our locker.
No, and I'm making up for lost time. I was a prude in high school.
True that.
True that. Next story.
Megan Trainor.
Oh, I know about this.
Yeah,
they have toilets next to each other.
yeah, it's a lot.
I think she's just trying to.
Her and her husband.
husband have toilets next to each other,
Why?
which was an SNL like fake
Bit.
commercial.
Yeah. I
one
mean,
point.
so she wanted, they were having they had kids, so they don't have a lot of time. They pee next to each other a lot. They only poop next to each other
You can't
twice.
just wait 30 seconds. Like what?
There's something
I mean,
about
we just
that
said
being.
that we go to the bathroom together.
That's true.
Well, but if you're in there, and
I
the sink-
sometimes do, like I'm talking to someone I'm hooking up with and I go pee and like he just doesn't want any part of seeing that or hearing that. And I'm sometimes like, oh, I just want to keep the story going while peeing. Like, peeing. I don't mind I don't mind.
I think maybe guys associate sitting down with taking a poop, so then maybe it messes with their head that way.
No, I don't. I think that's a weird thing to do. But you know what? Great that she's in a relationship with someone who feels this has the same kind of boundaries as she does when it comes to that. Like, I kind of like couples that just agree, like, yeah, farting in front of each other does not make us less attracted. Whereas some people are like, God, I would love to fart in front of my boyfriend or girlfriend, and then the other person is like, don't do that, and so you have to like hold in your farts all the time.
I mean, I know some
and
couples
I'm not
that
saying
are
that
like,
from my own perspective or anything. I don't have personal experience with holding in my farts till it burns, and I have to walk outside and pretend I'm walking the dog that we don't have.
Oh my god.
wait, do you think though that there should be some things left off limit, like them?
Yes.
Like yeah.
But that's to each their own. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Everyone has different boundaries, and they seem to have like coincide with the same ones. What you and Brenna now fart in front of each other.
Yeah, well, I fart many more times in front. She's done it once, so one for every 75 of mine.
Yeah.
But I thought it was adorable. I really did. Like, I thought it would. In the past, I would think it would turn me off.
Yeah.
Be like, what? No way. Girls don't fart. Girls
that's
never
love.
shit. And now it's like,
think
let's
that's
keep
love.
going. Let's keep this train going.
Oh no, what's gonna happen next?
I don't know, maybe you shit on my chest.
I farted in front of you, and you really were uncomfortable with it for a while, and now I just let it go so much that it's like I feel like it's now not so much like a. You used to like giggle so much when I would fart, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm farting. Like, that's a thing I do.
It's just funny because like you see a girl and they're like you're not dainty, but like you have a girl face and then to hear a boo, it's like an opposite like it sounds like you have the lead singer of Metallica in your asshole but you look like
It's the
you know Britney
Anthrax,
Spears. Yeah, fart thrax.
soundtrack
Yeah,
or theme song.
it's just I think opposites and like just seeing
Yeah.
like they're very low. Like all farts it you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
you-
Kirstin's farts are like
Oh my gosh, Kerstin used to it says Charlie Puth.
yeah.
Kirsten used to be able to suck in air through her butt and then blow it out. She was so talented.
Oh,
at
you would
this.
put your legs up?
She would
No,
she'd put her
I
butt up in
go-
the air like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Kind of like almost like child's pose, and then up.
Like
and
her,
then-
she would be on the ground with her like doggy style with her
and then
butt
I
up
could,
in the
I
air.
could like reach like.
You could still do it, bitch.
No,
I know you
don't-
can.
I don't think. And I don't
Oh my
know
God,
that
this will be
Like
amazing.
I'd go like this.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I would kind of lock my elbows in and I'd go. But I honestly, I tried to do it recently. I can't do it.
Oh,
Do you have
can't.
to have your pants off to get the air in your butt or no? Can you get
No.
air?
Oh, you can get air in your butt through. There's
Don't
still,
bite me.
as we all know from wearing masks.
Can you move him so I can sit?
Oh yeah, he is so mean to Kirsten lately. He's been biting her and like snapping at
I
her.
love
It's so
the video
weird.
I took last night of you like.
I'm like, don't
There was a
you
kid in our high school who
dare bite.
put his legs, like his talent was sucking in air and farting, and he did it in front of whole high school, and we were all dying. But like he did it as a talent, and I was like, that's
crazy
so
that
fucking
the
badass.
school we're okay with that.
Yeah,
being the
we
talent.
called him. He looked like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. Everyone called
yeah.
him Beavis.
Like a butthole accordion, like her.
Yeah. And he would just.
Do you remember that? And that was the, wait. He would do it like on stage at the
Yeah, he
talent
did
show?
it on stage.
Did you ever
he
do
would
a
hold a
talent?
mic. Never.
This was.
Oh, you wanted
private.
to, right?
Not really. I was too scared. I wouldn't know
Wasn't
what
there
to
a part
do.
of you that was so like jealous of people that could get up there? I'm projecting. I always
No,
used to be like, I
yeah, a
wanna
little
do
bit.
that.
But anytime I was in a play, I'd start shaking, and it wasn't for me. I was way too nervous.
How'd you get over that? I know you got the Sasquatch to play music with you while you delivered jokes, but like, how did you conquer being shaky? Because I don't ever have an answer for how I did that either.
I don't really have an answer other than
Just force
taking
yourself.
a class helped, I guess.
Yeah.
Like taking a comedy class, although it's not the real way to do stand up.
No one says that, Andrew. That
A lot
was
of
maybe-
people say that.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're putting that on it. I think comedy classes are a great way to break.
I
into
agree.
stand-up.
I think so.
Yeah.
A lot of people say though, you got to get out there in the real open mic. You can't just hide
Well,
in
you
a
do
classroom.
eventually, but
Yeah.
you can start in a comedy class.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
There's no wrong
so that's
way.
what I did, and it got me the training wheels on, I think. Or
Yeah.
Then eventually they came off.
The confidence. Yeah, and do you remember the talent show in Kirkwood
What
High
did you
School?
do?
Did you do one?
Yeah, you don't remember? Junior year?
Did you play guitar? I don't know.
No. Annie Saraceno did. And
You
Leslie Lammers and I. And Annie Saraceno and I think Emily Herster as well
What did
played
you-
guitar.
Indigo Girls.
Yeah, we sang Indigo Girls, Least Complicated. And I
could
didn't
not
realize,
have
and
been
Anna
further
Saraceno
from-
is now a very
What did you do that?
open lesbian woman. And Leslie was kind of like hippier. I mean, she is not, she's straight, but like it's, her and I are
Whose
probably on
idea
this-
was it to sing these songs?
I don't know. We just loved that song, and I didn't know it was like a very
running from school.
And I bought you my things.
I bought you that ring
because
I wanted to get it
you to stick it in my uterus and get it lost. I loved that.
Complicated.
The hardest to learn
That's
was
such a
the
good song.
least complicated. I
don't know that song.
I was
Such a
probably
good
just
song.
watching it thinking.
So how did it go?
There's no way.
Oh, we fucking crushed it. And I wish there was a video of it because my parents were in Paris at the time.
Oh, you don't have video of this?
Yeah, they
Maybe
couldn't
the
see
other
it.
girls have video.
I don't think they do, but it was so rewarding. And even though it was one of the gayest things I've ever done, and I don't know how people weren't like, Nikki just came out, like they all
Yeah.
but it was so fucking fun. I should play that again and learn it on guitar. Okay, let's take a quick break and come back with Why Do I Care?
Why do I care?
Why do I care?
I have no idea. God, she sounds so fun. Okay, Oprah Winfrey says she only has 3 close pals. I don't have a lot of friends, Oprah says. She only has 3 friends.
It's funny because everyone claims to be friends with Oprah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Gayle King,
Uh-huh.
Reese Witherspoon,
No.
Jennifer Aniston,
No.
Ellen,
No.
Stedman.
No.
Maya Angelou?
No.
She used to be friends with her. Tom Cruise?
No.
Is it someone I know?
Yeah. One of them,
Can you give me some initials?
MS.
Oh,
Martha Stewart.
No, Mira Sorvino.
You're close.
I
You'll
know
get
who it is. It's
Michael.
it's what's his Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife,
Who is?
Maria
Shriver.
Yes.
Yes,
Really? They're friends?
And Bob Green,
Bob
who's her
Green.
trainer.
42 years.
43 years they've been friends.
42 years.
She met Gail and Maria around the same time.
Oh
It's
my
been
God.
42
Wow.
years.
I really love Oprah.
She has a good quote. She goes, surround yourself with someone who is as happy for your happiness as you are for your happiness.
I mean-
you need friends that are happy in their own lives so that they can actually be authentically happy for you.
Good. And doesn't Oprah need that? Because how hard would it be to be Oprah's friend if you were at all insecure about your own life?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're always gonna pale in comparison if you're comparing yourself to Oprah. And yeah, so she's obviously friends with very secure people. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I like that. I've always loved her and Gail's relationship, and me and Hala call each other Oprah and Gail. I'm
Well,
Gail
I feel
and
like
she's
Kerstin
Oprah.
loves her job, and I think she is she runs on happy.
Yeah, Kerstin's such a happy person, and
love
like
my job.
only wants the best for me, and isn't. I have trouble with that. Like, I'm not the best at I get jealous. I'm getting way better at it, but I used to get jealous of friends that would get boyfriends when I wanted one so bad, or get in the business, get opportunities that some stuff I didn't even want, but I would just be like, oh, now that they have that, they're going to get other things that I might want. And it's just like, it's such an ugly place to be. But I try so hard to not. I mean, Kerstin, do you ever get jealous of people?
Yeah, I do. Well, there's jealousy and then there's envy. There's a difference.
I know, and we never know the difference. I think envy is like
You want that thing.
jealousy is you want the thing, and envy means you resent them for having a thing you want. I think envy has a connotation
Envy's
of
the bad one, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I
yeah.
don't do the bad one. I do the good one. I do the one. I mean, I let it. I try.
What
to
do you
let-
get jealous of?
I try to let it motivate me. That's why I don't go on Instagram a lot, because like I get kind of envious of like, oh, look at this friend who has like these cute kids and looks like everything's perfect and they're making cookies on a Thursday morning and I'm slaving away but then I think about it, I assess it, I feel the feeling, and then I go, but I don't really want that.
Yeah, you were showing me something on
If
Instagram
I
yesterday,
had
and
it,
you
it
were
would
like,
look
"Look how
different."
perfect she is! Look at her perfect little kids, and she's so in love, and
I'm
she's
like, I don't
beautiful."
have that, but
And I was like, "This sounds posing at like a waterfall in the woods with a photographer that you have to like hike out there with, and your kids, you have to get them matching outfits, and you have to clean off their feet because their feet get all dirty walking over to the waterfall, and then the kid
didn't
doesn't."
get breakfast that morning.
And they're like, you have all these like amazing poses where they're like, you're a mommy by this waterfall. And it's just like, you didn't see all the bullshit around it.
And so, like, when I think about those things, I think, okay, if someone were documenting my life, like seeing me like laughing like with my client, like having a moment of fun at work, or just like hanging out with Corey and here's my dog, and then I would think, okay, I'd be probably jealous of my life.
I have gotten jealous of my own life before.
Seriously,
I'm not kidding you.
it's
I've gone back on
triggering.
Instagram. I should
I
do
am
that joke again.
self-triggered.
That's
I used to go
funny.
through my Instagram. Do you ever go through your feed to go like, what do people, when I
You
used
have
to
to
be
look at
dating
it.
and like meeting someone new who didn't really know who I was, and then I'm like, oh, they're probably going through my Instagram. I want to just see what they see, because I don't even, I post things and I don't ever look at what it looks like as a whole. And sometimes I'll go through and be like, oh my God, like, and I'll start to feel these feelings of jealousy
Yeah.
over my own life because it's a lie.
Yeah, we trick ourselves into like, I'll see myself in like a suit with like smiling, and I'm like, and I look really put together, and I was like, I was never sadder and more depressed than when that photo was taken. And we lie to ourselves. We're like, that was a great night. That was a great time. Because you know what I mean? Like, because then it's too sad to be like, I was sad there. I was sad there. I was sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yep.
like, I think it is easy to be, you get jealous of people, but then you think about it, you're like, I don't really want, I have to say, I don't really want that, how that looks. I don't want that. I want just the way
And
I'm
I just
make it.
know that so many people that
easy
I've
to get
been jealous of over the years and have either looked the way I want to look, and especially look. I mean, the women that I look at that I go, oh my God, I would love to look like that. It takes so much time you have to work out all the time. You have to eat a certain way. They're really
Filter.
They're dieting. they're a lot of times they're just. I don't ever wake up and go, oh, I have to go do this thing I don't want to do. Like, I don't have to go meet with no offense to training. Like, some people love it. But I used to get out of bed and go, I have to go to, like, I had to go to the gym.
You'd
it was
wanna
like
meet
I
me,
was a
though.
slave. Yeah, but you make working out fun and something you can work
It's a
into your
different
life.
approach.
When I have in the past, and I think a lot of people approach working out this way or going to the gym, it's
Have
like
to do
if
it.
you skip a day, you feel like
Totally.
the worst person, and then you can plummet into like it's either all or
I've been there.
nothing, and it feels like a prison. And when I see these people with perfect bodies or perfect ass or like perfect wardrobe and like they're spending a lot of time doing all of that, and I have extra time to do the things I love. So I just always try to think about, and I know a lot of those people are fucking miserable.
It's interesting that Kerstin's like, I hate when I see a mom with 2 kids making cookies, and then you're like, I hate when I see a girl in a bikini on a beach. Like, it's like interesting what we could
No,
get jealous
I know.
about.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't get
the-
jealous of like a supermodel because I know where I stand in this world of like
I always get jealous of supermodels,
Level,
and I always
you
wonder
know?
why Kerstin doesn't.
because
I go like
know
after
what
we are with Sarah Lena for a weekend, I'll be like, it was really hard. Like it just is very hard for me to be around someone that every time they leave the room or every time we get to talking about beauty, it's like we would kill to be Sarah Lena. Oh my god, look at she's
special,
just
though.
the best. Like I know,
She's special,
but saying that
She makes me feel like a troll. But
I know, but
where I
like-
stand.
I get it, but like what that to me, I can't get over that. Here comes my person with autism brain. I can't get over that because I go, it's well then there's a value judgment there. If every girl that I'm with and every guy I've ever talked to goes, they're the most beautiful person I've ever met, like, oh, I would kill to be with her. It's like, then if you're with me or you look like me, then it would, if you got to choose, you would rather look like her or you would rather be with her. And to me, it's like, well, then I don't want to be with someone that would always want someone better if they could get it. The reason you're with me is because you couldn't get Sarah Lena. The reason you look like...
No, they like you because you're not Sarah Lena, because you have different characteristics, different personality. Like, I don't think because they're with you, they could find Sarah. You can find someone gorgeous. There's obviously better looking than. I mean, that would never end. Then you're gonna set yourself
Yeah.
up for failure all the time.
And Sarah Lena, by the way, it has the same insecurities that everyone has. Where you look at her and you hear her going like, "Girl, look at this girl that he's dating now. She's so like, look at her hair." And I go, "What are you? You are seriously the epitome
but then
of
say that to
perfection."
yourself.
But I'm not. No. You guys all just said I'm
But we're
not
also
Sarah
talking
Lena.
about a professional model who
I
we're friends
know.
with.
No, but
You
I'm
just have to
saying
know,
she
she
has
is a
imperfections.
model.
She has imperfections.
Also, Sarah Lena has like a beautiful personality.
Yes.
That just goes. Yeah, like if she didn't have
If you
her
want to see who we're talking
personality,
about,
I
it's
really,
Sarah Lena, CERELINANYC.
She's wonderful.
Yeah, she does.
She's just beautiful in
Oh,
and
yeah.
out, and I think it's her personality that really makes her like all
Well,
of
you
her
can't see
beauty
her personality when she's doing, photo shoots.
But
and
when she walks in the room,
kills
though,
it.
she
But
walks
you're
in the
right. You
room
actually can.
You can tell her personality the way she walks in the room. It's like a playful. that
She's
just makes
so
her,
fun.
It makes her even more
But
beautiful.
I mean, let me
see what
just
you're saying.
final thought on this chunk. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not pretty, guys. Tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that when you acknowledge, I just feel weird when I am sitting, like, there have been times where I like have a crush on someone and they meet Sarah Lena and then she gets up from the table and the guy is just like, oh my God, she's like the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. And the person may or may not know I even have a crush on them, and they may not think that would offend me because obviously she is, but it does. It hurts my feelings because I just don't think it's fair that like God get like that. And I just feel like, well, then you should be with her. Like you should shoot for the stars. Like I don't ever want to be with someone that is less attractive than the most attractive I want. If I thought someone was a Sarah Lena, I would settle for nothing else lower than that. Like when I like a guy, they look like Sarah Lena to me. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're
I'm never
saying.
settling for like someone who like, oh, I can't have that. They're a model. I go for that if I want them. And I'm not saying that, and I know what you're saying is like, Nikki, people like you because your personality and all these things that a lot of models don't have. But when someone like Sarah Lena has the personality and is a model, why would you ever go for me?
Because she has different kind of issues. There's different. She's. I mean, if it's just based off of.
I think they go for me
looks-
because they can't get her.
No, I don't. I think that's like. I
with
mean,
Andrew.
she looks different. She looks extremely different than you. If it's a guy that likes blonde and different guys like different looks.
But would you ever date a guy that said that she was like they can't even speak around someone that you were sitting at a table? Like if I've had a crush on a guy before. I remember the Cellar that like she came by and then she got up and they just like felt like the same thing that always happened in high school with my sister. You and Hala and Huffy, whenever my sister would come in and be like, Nikki, can I borrow some jeans? Or like whatever. She wouldn't borrow jeans because she was thinner than me, but she'd be like, Nikki, can I get my jeans back that you ruined or whatever? And then she would leave and shut the door. They would all fall on the ground and go, God, your sister's so beautiful.
Because we had like acne and we were awkward
know,
and
so-
insecure and that we were high schoolers. That would never be the case today.
No, you do it. You guys all do it with Sarah Lena when we're on trips. You all, when she leaves the
think-
room, you go, God, look at her ass. It's perfect.
when I'm with someone, when I'm with like Brenna, like that Jordan guy came to the show and he's an attractive guy. He's tall. I'm like, God, he's tall and whatever. And we like joke about how he has these qualities, these physical qualities that I don't have.
Yeah.
And sure, am I a little insecure about it? But I feel like you can like talk about it and like not like get like jealous about it, more joke about it.
Right. Like I understand.
Like my jokes are inside jealousy. Like, sure, I'd rather be taller, and I
I'm
think
not talking about, but Brenna's not saying Jordan's the hottest guy she's ever seen, and then you're still like her. Would you still like a guy that said, wow, that person, would you still like a girl that in front of you said about another guy that's the most attractive person that's ever lived?
I think I could handle it. I
Because
think I
you're
would laugh about it. I think I would be like,
You'd be
God, he
okay.
is fucking, he's a
Right.
beautiful man.
Right.
But you know what? Talk to him for an hour and you're going to, well,
I mean, this is my, like, insecurities bubbling up. And I will go back to what I said at the beginning, which is if they wanted to be with them, they would. But that's where I go back to, well, they can't because she's out of their league, so they have to settle for old glazed dog. And then I feel like, well, I don't want to be with you if you're settling for me.
But
I don't
people
want
like
anyone
what if the
in their
Pilgrims
league.
didn't?
I know.
Psychologically, isn't it like evolutionary?
They're going to give you credit for that joke. And that's my joke, by the way.
I didn't want to take it. I said it. So
Don't give away that joke. That's a good one.
Wait, I
see
thought that's on
people-
your special.
I know,
already.
but don't give away that one. I got to
Oh.
save something for the
Well,
special.
we like naturally seek people on our level, though. Like
We do.
that, we like that because it's familiar. It's like, okay, I assess you have these traits that are attractive. I have these that are attractive, but we're both not 10s.
Right. But I, for some reason,
You just said something on the podcast about this, about guys and girls.
that we always go for like what we are and like or like around what we are. If you're an 8, you'll go for an 8 or whatever, aside from if you're like a man with money or fame, you can get whatever you want. But it's true. I think it goes back to my problem with like people put so much value, like moral value, on looks. And I'm talking about like whether you're good or bad. Like looks equal good. The hottest person equals the best person. And I know that's not true. I know that there are models with garbage personalities that are like the most gorgeous women in the world, but they would suck to be around. They're not funny. They're not interesting. But I don't think the men that I witness dating women, it's very. I think that men don't really need personality, and that's where I get mad. It's like, okay, well, yeah, a guy might like me because I have a better personality than a model, but men don't actually care about personality as much.
I think
when they really should.
I think if we,
because it's the only thing that doesn't age.
I do feel like guys care. I really do. I really do.
I mean,
I think that like at first,
wish
if it's
I
just
didn't
a
have these
hookup,
feelings.
if you're just fucking, and it's like, yeah, I want to fuck the hottest girl. I don't give a fuck I don't care. Hopefully she doesn't talk.
Yeah.
But if you want something real and something like authentic, then like you take out her vocal cords and
Right.
you make sure she doesn't talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get an octopus witch to cast a spell on her. And let's get to Collection of Couhls.
Yeah. Kuh.
All right, final thought. Let's get to Collection of Couhls.
Getting ready for some
So that's you. That's your voice, Kerstin.
Getting ready for some
Couhls.
live.
Okay, Noah, we have our listeners send in
can't wait.
Couhls. And let's hear let's hear the cuz. And if you don't know, "K" means when you're trying to be cool for other people, and it's doing something you wouldn't do if you were alone, so that other people think you're cool.
This is my favorite part as a bestie. This is my favorite part when I listen, you guys. So yay!
Okay, this one comes from Bree.
Hi, Nikki Glaser Podcast. My name's Bree. I wanted to submit my K moment. I was at a bar with my boyfriend and his friends. Somehow, a guy that I knew from high school knew one of my boyfriend's friends and was there with us. It seemed like he was trying to maybe show off in front of everybody. And we were talking about baseball, and he said, "Bro, how bad was my rage in the dugout when we were playing baseball?" So anyways, I like to add to K and make it sound like I'm throwing up while I'm saying K. So in my brain, when he said that, I just went, "Oh my God, you're so cool."
Whoa, that was so good. Dude, that is so good. That was the kiss thing I've ever heard. Dude, first of all, let's break down this.
That guy still wears his Letterman jacket for sure.
He had rage, and he's bragging about rage. That's already annoying. Number 2, bro. He started with bro. Number 3, he thought he was asking for validation. When he had the rage, you can tell he marked it. Like, we're probably going to talk about this later, and it's going to be a good story. It's going to make me look like I care about the game a lot. So I bet when he threw his fucking baseball glove or whatever,
or hit a bat. Yeah.
There was some part of him that was like, I hope this gets brought up later when we go out to dinner. And then it didn't. So he got a little bit drunk enough to get the courage to actually bring it up himself, which is so cool.
Cut to that guy literally an hour later. He's going to be overly drunk.
Oh my God.
He's going to be literally raging. He's going to try to fight somebody who said that he's probably wasn't that good at baseball in high school.
I have a feeling this guy does not rage out.
Still doesn't rage? You don't think?
Because people that actually have rage issues are very ashamed of it. And I don't think this guy, he wouldn't be bragging about his rage unless it was like, he probably watched something where a woman once said, like, I like a man who just like, there's sexy when a guy loses his temper. And so he was probably thinking it like is cool.
I bet you
I bet he saw like a clip of a baseball player like throwing their mitt and was like, wow, that looks cool. Or someone was talking about it in a way that he thought it would look cool. But I'm guessing this guy doesn't rage. Noah, as someone with rage sometimes, do you think this guy has rage? If he's bragging about it?
I mean, it's definitely like the alcohol.
Yes.
That contributes to it.
Yes, but I think if you're bragging about your
rage in high school, you're over your rage.
In the dugout.
It's just compensating for it. Yeah.
He was so cool to be in the dugout, not just like up in the stands. Like he was.
I mean, bringing up anything high school related is a little.
Oh, it was high school?
Yeah.
Oh, he was referencing in high school when he was like,
like
oh
high
my
school
God.
sports.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that.
It's like an outbutt.
Some attention for it back in the day and like was trying to impress whatever girl was there. I bet Bree's cute. And even though she has a boyfriend, he was still trying to seem like macho.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so sad and
Okay, can I play this one for Mary? Okay.
Hi there. I would like to report a I was on a Zoom call for school. I'm in a master's program. And we were sent into breakout rooms to do some group discussion. And when I opened my breakout room with 3 other
getting
students,
ASMR vibes.
One man was casually reading a book right in front of the camera that he was not reading before. He was in the normal class.
What was that book?
But I guess he decided to pick it up while he was waiting for the breakout room to start, which takes like 2 seconds. And on the cover it just said, psilocybin mushrooms. And when everyone was finally in the room and we started talking, he was like, oh, sorry, I just wanted to read a little bit. Like, nobody thinks you're fucking cool for reading a psilocybin mushroom
my God.
on your 2-second break.
So
Very clearly put it right in front of the camera.
yeah, and
so
no
we could
one
all see.
reads like with their
He
book
was
up
really
in their
interesting.
face.
Anyway, thank you for giving me this word to describe a lot of things I see out in the world.
Yeah,
I
girl.
love you guys.
Love you too. Oh my God, Mary. Like, that's such a good one because pretty much any time you can see what someone's reading, while they're reading it, they're being cut. Because no one needs to read like their Belle in Beauty and the Beast walking through the, like, look, there she goes and moves the stains. Like, that's the only time you should read with your book up in your
Well,
face.
it's better
like,
for your neck, actually. If you hold it.
okay, Pilates.
But cervical pressure.
It's very like, you know, when you're on the subway in New York and it's like a guy has 2 stops and he picks up this book about
Dostoevsky.
like Latin, some word and like,
I
don't
used to
know.
have a joke that people that read books on the train, I would just like watch them and they always they do the thing where they are reading and then they go. And I would just go, fuck you. We get it. And they're not only are you reading, but you're laughing at literature. Oh my God. Do you even own a TV? Like those people, they love.
Add it to the special.
I laugh a lot at when I was reading David Spade's book on my phone on the plane. I was cracking up so hard that I felt because I thought people might think I was trying to get attention. Because sometimes people do that even when they're watching shows. They just laugh a little too hard because you're like
working out in the gym and I'm listening to this and it's like
it is funny when people listen
so
to podcasts and they laugh and they try to hold it in. They go,
yeah.
But sometimes you do, so I don't know when that's cool.
Yeah, but laughing to literature is very funny.
It's cool though because he had the book and he was like dying for someone to go, wait,
Jane Eyre is
mushrooms?
so yes, exactly.
Do you have you taken those?
Yes.
Wait, I thought those were illegal. Wait a minute.
But can you imagine being on a Zoom call and reading a book so that it is up enough for the screen to see it? I mean, that's insane.
That's like in Mr. Corman. He was doing a Zoom on a first date. I know you stopped watching that show, but
America did because it got canceled.
Oh well, I watched the last one, and in the last one, hold on, but he's on this first date, and she's like, "Oh, I see a guitar. Do you play guitar?" It's in the background. He was like, "Oh man, I didn't want to leave my guitar out," but like it's like having like a guitar in the back. And
I have guitars in the background of all my pictures. And someone last night goes, "Do you play guitar?" When we posted on our on Nikki Glaser Pod, we posted a picture of Andrew rubbing my feet, and someone goes, "Nikki, do you play guitar?" And I thought they were being like, "Oh, you showing off your guitars?" Like they were saying like, "We get
you
it,
read
Nikki."
it that way. Yeah, you read
But
it how you would have read it. Yeah.
I promise you, I'm never being like, I hope someone in the background sees my guitars because I am not a.
Almost worse than laughing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to make sure that these books are these here to be cut.
Oh, these books are not here to be cut. It's Gary Shandling's book, which it's just like that's a good. It's Seinfeld.
Howard Stern.
It's Jerry Seinfeld's book, Kathy Griffin's book, and Howard Stern. It's not trying to be cut. These are just things I like.
Just checking.
And I've never even read most of those books.
That's good.
They're just people I like.
I love when people read books too on trains, and instead of laughing, they get this look like they just learn something. Like, like that's almost worse to me because it's like very subtle. And it's like, I'm smarter. Like I know more words.
Kerstin saw a dude watching porn at Starbucks.
I'd rather that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you're right. Someone just starts laughing or going like, "Huh."
You just
Yeah,
looked
it's
over.
a huge.
That's how
cock.
you learned the reverse cowgirl kind that you tried. All right, let's get to the last kiss.
Legs like this. You wrap them around them.
Yeah, I told people about it. I think in my alone time a couple days ago.
This one's from Lindsay.
Hey, Nikki. This is Lindsay in Arizona, longtime listener, first-time caller. I had a moment happen to me today that I thought I would share with you and get your input. So I was with a customer doing a site tour, walking around the building premises, and neither of us had our phones on us and needed to know what time it was. Another guy was walking toward us opposite direction. So the dude I was with said, "Hey, Toby, do you happen to have the time?" This Toby guy responds in military time.
No.
Like, who are you? You're so cool, dude.
Oh my God.
Pin a
These
rose
kids
on your
are the
nose
best.
for knowing military time.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but read the room. This was not a military situation. I'm so confused. I don't know military time. So my question to you is, was this a moment on his behalf or mine for not knowing military time?
No.
Maybe that's a normal thing.
No.
I just
his.
skipped. I don't know. Anyway, that's my story. Love the show. Thank you so much for the laughs.
you,
Have a
Lindsay.
great day. Bye.
He probably like talks about like when he's like far, he's like, yeah, we're about 4 clicks from the Walgreens. Like everything, we're gonna have to
Everything's
send
in
in the
knots.
Alpha Data team.
Oh,
yeah, like
God.
what are we doing?
1,400 hours and 37
Oh yeah,
minutes.
him giving some telemarketer his last name. It's Delta Alpha.
A foxtrot.
Like he's memorized.
Squadron 3, so Delta off. Jet
the
fuel.
military time.
And you know who does that too? Doctors.
You know what this
Oh,
reminds
really?
me of?
They live off military time.
Guess what? Like if you are, I can maybe understand
You don't
someone's
mix it
listening and
up.
going like, well, that's what I know. You know, like that's just what I'm used to knowing.
Yes.
Tough luck.
And don't give
you have to realize that other people don't live in that world. Like that's one of the cursed things you can do is like abbreviate something, and when you're talking in a group, like everyone fucking knows who it is. Like if you do like last night, my dad goes. Yeah, I mean, I was accepted at CCM, and I'm like, no one knows what CCM is. Like, you have to say Cincinnati Conservatory of Music. That's KISS. Like,
You know what it reminds me of? The military.
he didn't
time?
mean to.
You know what I hate? What's very when an American person says cheers at the end. I don't know why that
on an
really.
email signature, cheers.
Well, that and in person, like, oh, cheers.
I don't know. That
Really?
one doesn't bother me
Oh,
because
that one
people are
bothers
just
me for
searching
some
for an
reason.
identity so
Something to
much.
say.
If they're,
But that's military time
you know
is
what, my
searching
friend
for an identity.
Clayton Champagne, his last name is Champagne, and he used to say cheers. And that, I didn't mind that because his name is Champagne. That's a fun little thing.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's better than have a good day.
What?
They say that
seems like a
they
good
say people say cheers as a way of just being like Starbucks, thank you, cheers, versus saying have a good day.
I don't know. I like have a good day.
Yeah, I like have a good
Have
no one
a
goes,
good day. Okay, I will. Like it's weird. Like it's actually like have a good. Like,
Who's saying
Do
have
you
a good
care about them having a good day? I will say that sometimes if someone's rude to me, I'll go, have a good one, and they don't know that I mean death.
Ooh.
So I'm not lying by being like, have a good one. And it means like, I hope you die. Like, and that's not real, but like I'm not,
Yeah.
I can still get away with saying something positive without being a dick.
Yeah,
But in my
cheers.
head, I'm a dick.
cheers. Have a good day.
No, they say it though, like they say it like they read, like it's all the same kind of person. It's like this like identity thing that you're saying. Like you don't have to search that hard to have an identity. Just kind of, you're cool already.
It's,
It's generally white people because we don't have any culture.
Yeah.
And
cheers.
we are searching for one all the time, and like something that sets us apart from that we can be like, this is my thing. And it's just find something other than you're the guy that says cheers or you're
Or
the
jackpot or something.
Yeah, like don't get jackpot fucking tattooed on your arm because
What a fucking idiot.
and don't get a jaguar tattooed on your arm because you think it represents Florida, which it doesn't in any way other than there's a football team.
And there's no
That you don't even
Jaguars
you're not
there.
even like a huge fan of that football team.
I don't even know where they are.
Wait, Jacksonville.
I know.
Okay, all right.
JJ.
Jacksonville, Oregon.
CCJ.
That's where we were. Did you just like almost hit my boob?
Keep boob swiping you. Sorry.
It feels good. They're really big. They're heavy
We
right
both
now
have
because we're
PMS
both
boobs.
PMSing.
Oh,
Our boobs are
cycled.
both like so big. Not big, but like heavy.
I get
Two
it.
cows over here.
Okay, guys.
When you're PMSing, you
Keep
feel
looking
like
out for cuz. Send them in. We fucking loved those. Those A+ cuz to Bree, Liz, and Mary today.
Great.
Like those were all very different and ones I
Lindsay.
hadn't thought of before. And Lindsay, Mary, and I said Liz, and Bree. Thank you so much. I remember those names because they're all different cheeses. Just kidding. Only one is. Don't be cuz out there. Look for cuz and
Jack tits.
Okay.